Today, y'all, I wanted to talk about this woman right here. She says not forgiving your child's father is costing you your current or next relationship. And she's like online telling black women, that they need to let go of their bitterness because most men are trying to be fathers and most men aren't trying to do anything to you and all of these other things. And this is my really big problem here is that you have a lot of women like this woman in the comment. Woman in the picture that are not married, not in a relationship, can't find a man to treat them right, are, have low self-esteem and are yearning for something, but they don't understand that all of the rhetoric that they say is actually the reason why they're not going to get what they want in life. When you put your biggest mammy cap on and you act like, men are the victims and really it's the woman's fault. And if you just change yourself and accept all of the things that men do and be the bigger person, that you're somehow going to be a winner at the end of the day, that's not what is going to work. And, she's on there talking about she's a Christian woman and all of this other stuff. You being a Christian woman doesn't mean you have to be a goofy. And honestly, I really feel that women like this are a huge problem as to why so many people are against Christianity, not trying to listen to women that say things like this, because a lot of times their whole shtick is to weaponize Christ, weaponize Christianity, weaponize religion, weaponize being a good woman in order to get you okey doked and mistreated. And these type of women are women that you need to watch out and avoid. And a lot of times, no disrespect, they look the exact same way. They really do. And I am just totally disgusted. I feel like in this day and age, like women that use their platforms for evil like this really, really should be stopped, to be honest. And, the whole thing of trying, hey, how you doing, Miss Chrissy, baby? And the whole thing of trying to like put it on Christ and put it on religion. Oh, I'm a Christian woman, so this is the reason why you should accept somebody playing in your face. And you should forgive somebody that's been okey doking and okey doking you and dogging you. I don't understand where this comes from because the lies y'all tell. Like, if y'all want to talk about Christ or whatever, Christ was in the temple throwing over, changing tables. Okay? I don't know why people want to connect being Christ-like to being a fool. I don't know. It is disgusting. And I don't ascribe to it. So, like I said, this morning I see this goofball lady, and it's just like she's talking about, oh, I promise you that if you do this, you're gonna do it. How do you know? You don't have a man, you don't have a husband, you don't have anybody. So how do you know that your way of thinking is what gets the outcome, which is at the end of the day for y'all, since y'all are male-centered, it's a man. I really would like y'all to understand that the more male-centered you are, the more unhappy that you're going to be. The more that you're willing to bend over backwards and do any and everything for a man, I promise you, the more you're going to be miserable up at in the morning time, talking stupid in front of your phone in your car with a wig on that don't even match anything that you should be having on. Having a white woman's wig on. And I no disrespect, but never mind. That was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. It's just stupid. And I'm really tired of seeing, you know what I'm saying? What's the term that I'm really looking for? Just women that constantly build their platforms on stupidity and also on the backs of women that have not been loved properly, have never been loved properly, and are desperately looking for love in the form of a male. And the fact that these women that have the ears of these type of women that definitely need upbuilding, instead of telling them like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Love yourself, queen. Build into yourself. Don't be reliant on these things. You tell them the opposite and break down whatever mentally that they are doing. She is annoying. She is annoying, Shira. Honestly. And I just don't know what to say about women like this. What being male centered gets you nowhere. Being male centered does not get you the life of your dreams. And if your goal is having a man, it doesn't get you the man of your dreams either. It does not. And yes, Spotty, this woman is on the same wavelength that she's on the same wavelengths that Brittany Renner is on. Jasmine, what's her name? Jasmine Brown is on, and the rest of the ladies. They just all they all go around, but they're all going to the same destination, right? Is they're taking different travels, but they're all ending up in the same male-centered destination and the same destination of being unloved and not having what they so desperately want and desire, which is at the end of the day, a man. And I want women to understand, if you want a man, I don't think that there's anything wrong with wanting partnership. If you want partnership in a man, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But what I do think is wrong is thinking that you have to be male-centered to get it. Because if your end game is a man, the moment you deprogram from that being your main focus, that's the only way you're going to get the man that you deserve and desire. Because the men that you're going to attract being male-centered are never going to be men that you're going to maintain a long-term relationship with at all. So making these stupid live streams where you're talking about not forgiving your child's father, what if somebody's not with their child's father? I can guarantee you that he done did some crazy stuff, because most women don't have babies with men that they don't want to be with. They don't see a future with. Most women don't. Now, of course, there are some women that do that, but most women are not having a baby by a man that they don't want to be with. It's just not the case. Yes, Miss Chrissy, baby, that's exactly how women in the church end up marrying a punk. For sure. It's also how women in the church end up marrying a dusty, end up marrying an abuser. I remember when back in my old religion, you know what I'm saying? There was a man that was homeless for several years, eating out of the trash can. Okay? He decided to clean himself up and go to our congregation, and all of these desperate male-centered women was fighting over this man. And he got married in a few months. I'm like, y'all heifers want to marry a man that was just out there eating in the trash can? Yuck. Like, what is wrong with y'all? No disrespect to homeless people, but I'm just saying, no. What are you doing? What are you doing? And then he looked crazy too. He just looked dirty. I don't know. I really want women to stop this. Really stop this. Stop this. Stop this. Like, honestly. And just like Spotty said, they smell the desperation on you and use you as a doormat. Do not listen to women like this. Once again, y'all have to listen to women that at least they have something in your life that you want to mirror. Or something. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I'll just say that if you, what's the term word I'm looking for? If you are listening to somebody and they are positioning you to be a mammy, telling you to accept being dogged out, telling you to overlook things, these are male-centered women, and these are women that you don't want to talk to. You don't want to have nothing to do with. You really don't. And what's crazy to me is that there are a lot of Black women that are deeply, deeply male-centered. And that is the reason why Black women dogged out, disrespected, all of that because of that. Really and truly. And I just want Black women to want better. You shouldn't. She looks like, this lady right here looks like she's in her late 40s, early 50s. I feel like being in your late 40s, early 50s, and still being male centered while not having anything to show for your male centeredness is insanity. Insanity. You're up here in the morning caping for men and you don't even have one. So what has caping for men done for you? Nothing, right? Because I know for a fact that having a man is the most important thing that you really wish that you had. And you don't have it. And you've been mammying for how long? So if mammying is not getting you the result that you want, why would you tell other women that mammying is the way to get what you want? It ain't work for you, and it ain't gonna work for them either. So why are you telling women to go mammy? I just, I want the best for Black women. I really, truly do. And any women that are, let's just say you're a woman in your 20s, early 20s, you're a woman in your 30s. I don't want any women that are in their 20s and 30s to look up and be in their 40s or 50s, like this woman here, and have nothing to show for being a mammy. Like, you look up and the only thing you've ever done is been a doormat for men. One man's used you, the next man's used you, the next man's used you, the next man used you, the next man used you, and now you just don't know what to do. There are so many women that are a cautionary tale for this type of behavior. Like, do you want to be like this? I hope not. If you don't want to be like this, don't listen to women that are your future. Getting older, midlife women that don't have nobody and all they have ever done has been okey doke by men. I don't want that for y'all. I really don't. And I really think that this is something really, 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 truly important to talk about. Like, honestly. And I feel like a lot of people are afraid to talk about it because they don't want to get called a hater. They don't want to say people to say that they're hating. But I don't know if this lady makes pick me content or not. I'll say I came across a live of hers today, and she was talking about women, forgiving their child's father, no matter what he's done, and it's basically their fault. And I had asked her in the comments, I said, "Are you married? Because you're telling these women that's them not forgiving their child's father or accepting these things is the reason why they don't have a current or next relationship. How the heck would you know?" Like I said, this woman looks to be in her late 40s, early 50s, and you're not married. So what the heck are you telling these girls this for? You don't even have a basis of comparison to say, hey, well, I started forgiving and look where I am at now. You're not there either. So how in the world are you going to give these women this pick me advice? Disgusting. I really just, I feel like this type of content is damaging to women. Like, legitimately damaging to women. And I just feel like not only is it damaging to women, but it also is harming young girls. It's harming young girls. So anybody that comes across this lady's content, let's say she's 16, 17, 18, 22. Hey, how you doing, Night? Any of that, I feel like, what do we do here? They come across your content and now they feel like, oh no, well, this lady right here, she's an older Black woman. She knows what she's talking about. So yeah, I need to go ahead and accept this and accept that and accept this. No, don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. She don't got nothing that you want. Nothing that you want. And I just feel like more women really need to talk about this type of stuff. Really and truly. And then, like I said, when I had asked her a question in the chat, she started talking about, oh, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian woman. So if you don't believe in Christ, this isn't the place for you. How in the world is believing in Christ or being religious got to do with letting somebody play in your freaking face? Huh? Like, I really wish that mammy black women would stop acting like to be religious or to believe in a God means that you have to be cool with men playing in your face. Because I tell you what, men don't think that. Men don't think that believing in Christ means letting your wife, your girlfriend, your baby mama, somebody that you messing with play with you. They don't think that. So ask yourself why you think that, Goofy. Ask yourself why you think that. Cause you never, ever, ever hear men say that. And if you guys are enjoying this live, if y'all could do me a favor and share it. If y'all are enjoying this live, if you could please share it and also tap the screen, that will help push the live out further. I would appreciate y'all if y'all would do that. It costs nothing to share, just for with one or two people. And also tap it. Tap, tap, tap for me. Let's see here. Let me read y'all comments. Yes, I definitely think she's caping for men for sure. Miss Chrissy, baby, no, you didn't. You know what? I was gonna say a lot more about this lady, but I'm trying my best not to, like, drag a black woman for real. I'm trying not to, but like, she really did annoy me, and it's a whole lot of them that be on here that do the same BS. I don't like none of them. I don't like none of them. I don't respect none of them. Like, for real, for real. And yeah, I just don't respect them. And I feel like for anybody that does believe in Christ or whatever, I feel like they're dangerous. They're dangerous because now you got people looking at me when I say that I believe in Jesus, that you think that means I'm gonna be a goofy or be your goofy. No, the heck you don't. I don't know what you thought. You gonna talk to these type of mammies, not me. I'm not a mammy. Oh my goodness, Miss Chrissy, baby. She does look tired. And what people don't understand is that when you have a lot of stress, it builds up a lot of cortisol in your system. When you accept a lot of stuff, you get stressed. And this is the outcome. This is the outcome. You taking all of that stress and swallowing it, and it's building up inside of your body. Yeah. Yeah, hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I had a phone call. Yes, I definitely think that mammies need to stop. Hey, how you doing, Malika? Lazy Natural, you said, so if you forgive the child's father, what's next? Girl, I guess he about to be your man again, or you're about to find somebody immediately. Even though the lady that's saying this does not have a husband. So, yeah. And I definitely agree with Miss Chrissy, baby, that the good news is that there are a decent percentage of young women not going for it. And I tell you what, that's exactly what I'm hoping. And that's the reason why I decided to make this live today, because we need to always address the mammies. Like, ain't no way in the world you should be up here mammying like this. And like I said, it's crazy because I know at least 5 very prolific mammies that are on TikTok. that don't have no man is always begging for one. If mammies got it all figured out, why y'all ain't got no men? Why y'all ain't got no husbands? If indeed being a mammy is the way to go. And this isn't to shame nobody for not having a man or not, because what is that? Anybody can get a man. But my thing is, if you're male centered and you don't have one, maybe you should think about why you don't got one. When men are so easy to procure. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I say this all the time, and I really want women to understand it. Being a mammy attracts bad men. Being a mammy attracts men that are going to play in your face. If you are a mammy, you're not going to attract a man that is going to treat you like a queen. It don't work like that. You're going to get the worst men possible, because the worst men want a mammy for labor and energy vampiring purposes. That's the reason why when you talk to women that you say, oh, why you always talking about men? You hate men. You got a husband? Oh, wow, you got a boyfriend? Oh, wow, you got a fiance. He look like he treats you good. I don't understand that, because you seem to hate men. And women that aren't mammies are going to be the ones that are going to attract who you like. When you get women like this woman out here, I'm telling you. Oh, my goodness. Hey, how you doing, Brown Sugar?
Hey sis, hey ladies, what's going on?
Girl, I saw this lady, right, today. And I was on my main page, but I'm blocked on my main page until like later this afternoon. So this lady was up there talking about how, like, if you don't forgive your child's father for whatever he's done to you, it's on you. Basically demonizing women and telling women that they should accept these child's fathers and what they have done to let them be in their kids' lives. And if you don't, it's jeopardizing your current or next relationship. And so I asked this lady, I say, are you married? She like, no. And I'm just thinking to myself, then if you're not married, then what are you talking about? How do you know any of these things? You're just telling women to marry for no freaking reason. And then she was over there talking about, oh, I believe in Christ and I believe in God and forgiveness. So if you don't believe that, this isn't the page for you. And I'm just so tired of women trying to correlate a belief system in a creator with foolishness and mammying and letting the man A-Town stomp on your feelings. I just, it's so annoying. And a lot of times I see these women in my feed and I just get annoyed. I hit not interested and I keep going. But it's like, I feel like they're so damaging to women that want to have a belief system, because I can understand if you believe in a creator, but you see these women and you like, no, bro, I ain't trying to be like this. I ain't trying to be a mammy. I ain't trying to be a sucker. And I said this earlier, I don't know why they make it like following Jesus means that you got to be a sucker. As if Jesus wasn't turning over the changing tables and doing things. Like, I don't understand it. Like, what are you guys talking about here? But yeah, that's what it's about on Brown Sugar.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would never allow any woman or any man to tell me to forgive my BD. I honestly pretend that he don't exist, but I definitely want to make it clear, and he knows that I don't F with him at all. He can go F himself from the back. I don't care. Like, treating me a certain type of way, you already banned from my life, but my child, you treated my child some type of way. You're being disrespectful. You're not taking care of her. He was saying crazy stuff to me. No, I'm not going to forgive you. I'm not going to F with you ever. I don't care if she's 50. I'm not going to mess with you at all. Like, I'm not going to speak to you. I'm going to be one of those, like, don't talk to me. Don't contact with me. He's blocked and everything. Like, I don't understand, like, how I'm confused, because they be like, okay, if you have a baby daddy, a lot of men will say, oh, you're just going to go back to your baby daddy, but if you don't mess with them, all of a sudden, like, you're going to have a bad relationship with the new person or whatever. Like, that don't make any sense. Like, I just feel like it's an ex that you don't talk to anymore, regardless if you have a child or not. Like, that's not, someone is not hitting you up like, oh, you don't mess with this person no more. Well, yeah, duh, we're not dating. Like, of course I'm not going to mess with them. But it's just like, I really feel like because you decide not to talk to your child's father anymore and disregard them out of your life, I really feel like that's a strength to have and not a weakness, because you are weak if you continue to talk to a man, play buddy buddy with him when he's played in your face, he's disrespected you and your child. And I don't want my child to think that, oh, any man can come around after he violated and disrespected her and me. So no, I'm absolutely don't believe in that. And a lot of Christian people believe in forgiving people and all that other stuff, and we're not God and we can't judge, blah 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 blah. I hear that all the time, and honestly, I don't care. I'm going to judge you because I'm going to protect my life. I'm going to disregard you if you're not pouring into me like you're supposed to. If you're not pouring into my child, you do not deserve access. I'm not going to be cool with you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, it pisses me off, because just because you don't have a relationship with your child's father, I really feel like that's a poor reflection on the man, not the character of the woman. I'm not saying that some women don't be wilding and all that other stuff. Cool. But how often is that the case? A lot of these men abandon their children. What else is there to say to these dudes? What relationship are we going to salvage after you abandoned your child? There's nothing to say to that man, you know what I'm saying, other than to move on with your life. And I feel like that takes strength and courage. Why continue having a man involved with you and your child, in your business, by the way, when he's already showed you the type of man that he is? And I used to have that mentality, oh, I'm gonna forgive. Every time I did it, I got bit in the ass every single time dealing with that fool. So no, I will never forgive him. I don't like him. It's F him until it's backwards, until he unalives on this earth. I wouldn't even appear to his funeral. I wouldn't even have my daughter go, because he's a trash individual. So, for her to sit up there, I don't know if she got a baby dad. I wish you would have asked that too. Like, you got a baby father? He come around after he violated you and disrespects you? I don't know. I just feel like with men, they're going to continuously do it. So you can't give them an ounce like that. They think that it's okay to come around because they're going to violate some type of way. It's always going to happen. Like, it's not going to stop with them. And it's just like, you have to stop it as a woman. You have to say, hey, you can't play with me. And these are the conditions if you're going to be around your child. He don't want to get in line, he's gone. It's simple as that. You got to give men these strict boundaries, and you can't allow them to come around when they feel like taking care of their child, when they feel like getting their life together, feel like getting, feel like they want to be there. For me as a mom, I don't get the chance to feel like I want to take care of my child whenever I want to. I don't I always have to figure things out. School, where she's going to stay afterwards, doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, eye doctor's appointments, getting her glasses, all those day and out things he gets to skip out on. So what you mean I'm going to forgive you after you abandon your child that you wanted to have with me? It's a slap in the face, and they don't deserve any grace. And you have to let men know you're not coming back. And I don't care how you feel, and I don't care how other people feel. Sorry, I could rant about this all day. This is too personal for me, but how dare she? Because first of all, you have these men who come in and out. You don't want them to hurt your child, to see your child feeling disregarded because this man feel like he want to deal with the child or not.
Brown
If
sugar.
anyone think, uh-huh.
I just wanted to say real quick, Ricky in the comments said that she has 3 kids, 2 baby daddies, and they both married now. And she's sitting there looking stupid, making this type of content with no husband. What? Ay.
Okay, so she got 3 kids and 2 baby daddies. So it's just like, my thing is with you, and I'm not, bashing women who have, multiple baby daddies, but it's just like, why you didn't stop after you figured out the first one wasn't trash? Because that's what I did. I stopped and I got my tubes out. I said, there will be no way a man will ever dupe me like that MFer did me. I'm trying to keep it cool because I could definitely cuss about this, but it's just like I will never get duped again. No man will ever be allowed to do that. I don't care how fine the man look, how good he say he's going to take care of me and my child. I don't want to hear none of that. Anytime a man does anything that says that he wants to take care of me, I feel like he playing, because you saying and doing another thing is two different things. And a lot of men like to prey on single mothers, and I've been caught in that too. And I instantly get unattracted by the man for the in the first instant, because it's really not about my child. It's about how you're going to show up for me, what type of man you are, and how you're going to treat me. And then based on those facts and you actually showing up via your actions will determine if I ever allow you into my personal life like that. But I really feel like, especially if you have daughters, I don't know what kind of, children that she has, you have to show your daughters you're not going to allow this man to play with you. Because if you allow your child's father to play with you, best believe your child is going to see that, and she's going to take those same actions onto other relationships. And I don't want her to ever feel like, oh, my mother allowed him to skate by, I'm going to do that with another dude. No, I want him to know that he is completely unalive to me. There is no way in God's green earth that I will ever forgive you for the sins that you created. That's God's opportunity. And I hope he go to HE double hockey sticks for it. And I'll land there. Thank you.
All right, no problem, brown sugar. I got you, sis. I understand what you're saying. I just wanted to say, when I mentioned what Ricky said in the comments about her having 3 kids and 2 baby daddies, I wasn't shaming her for having 2 baby daddies at all. What I was attempting to shame her for, if I guess, is you have 3 kids by 2 different men, and both of them married, and they not married to you. And you still over here talking about forgive your child's father and trying to get other women to be in the stupid position that you in. Like, that's what I don't understand. I feel like maybe it's also a misery loves company type of thing, because ain't no way in the world you sitting there and giving out this information to younger women to follow behind. And somebody in the comments has said that they hate the Gen X, way of thinking or whatever. This is not just Gen X people. Like, it's pick-me's in every generation. It's hella pick-me's in their 20s and in their teens. You got girls beating up girls, unaliving girls off of dudes. Like, so it's not a generational thing. However, I feel like when it comes to older women in their late 40s, early 50s, 60s, this should be able to help y'all easier, because if you look at these older women and they're telling you to be a mammy, and you ask them, so what's your life looking like? And it's not looking like nothing that you want. Don't listen to them. Because this lady in her car making mammy content with no husband. So you can see what being a mammy has gotten her, which is nothing. Nothing. So if you want nothing, listen to her. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, this is actually should be helpful. But I try to tell Black women this all the time, is that you have to sit there and look at people's results. If they don't have the results of what you're looking for, why the heck are you following them? Really? If they don't have what you want, why are you listening to them? Or if they tell you that they have the keys to success, they say, oh, I know how you're going to get this man that's rich. He's 6'5", he's treat you like a queen, he loves you, he's going to be faithful. I know how to get you that. And then you look at their life and they don't got none of that. Why are you listening to them? Clearly they a liar. And I say this all the time. There's no other way that this flies except in red pill content, mammy content, pick me content, hypergamy content, where people cannot have a visual representation of what they're telling you they're an expert on. Because if somebody told you, you say, I got like a murmur or something and I need to get it fixed from a cardiologist, and somebody come up and say, I can fix that for you. And you say, are you a cardiologist? How many surgeries have you heart surgeries have you done? And how often do you do it? And they say, well, none. I haven't done it. I heard about how to do it. So let me do it on you. You're going to be like, no, you ain't about to unalive me. So I don't understand why people don't use that same critical thinking when it comes to stuff like this. I don't know, but I see we got a full house now. So let me keep going. I'll set you guys as timers. And we'll keep moving forward. Go ahead, Gabrielle. Hey, how you doing, sis?
Yeah, hey, I'm doing well. Good afternoon. I came in, so I came in like probably like maybe 10 minutes ago, so I kind of know what's going on now. I mean, when I first saw this, I just like this background of the screenshot. I just assumed that this lady was in a relationship, but now hearing that she's not, and she's still telling other women, "Oh, just forgive your child's father, no matter what." It's like I don't understand it, because it's like I don't agree with that to begin with, because I think it really depends on the situation. But then it just seems like if she were to be giving this advice, like she would, to be credible, at least need to be in some kind of fulfilling and happy relationship, because then she could say, at least she could say like, "Oh, my forgiveness led to me, meeting a different guy who, is respectful and treats me well, and we have that connection." But she doesn't even have that, so it's like what is the basis for her claim? And then also just like speaking for me, not speaking for anyone else, but this is just like why I just don't want to have kids, because I just, again, just this is just in my opinion, I just feel like it just opens up like a door for just so many variables and factors and things to go wrong, and I just don't want to risk it. And it, with this lady, it's like, okay, so I guess the two men she was previously involved with, I guess they're both married to other people, or people who are not her. And if she's telling, if she, like, I just don't understand why she's telling other women what to do when she is not in a relationship that is happy. I'm not even talking about marriage. I'm just saying like a happy relationship. It's like, where did her forgiveness get her? Like, maybe, like, I'm so sorry to say this, but maybe if she had been less forgiving, she would be in a better position. Like, I don't know. But yeah, this is just a reminder of like why I just don't want kids. I can't risk all the things that could go wrong with it. But I do think women should not listen to this lady. I don't like it. Like, it looks like she's in her car. I mean, yeah, I don't understand it. Like, for her to be saying this, in my opinion, she would need to have a solid partnership or relationship. But otherwise, it just doesn't seem very credible to me.
All right, I got you, Gabrielle. Definitely agree with you, sis. All right, let me keep going. Let me move next. Go ahead, Kalandra. Are you there, sis?
Yeah, I'm here, but can you go to the next person?
Yeah. I got you. I'll come back to you then. All right, let me go. Oh, well, never mind. He left.
Okay, I can go this, but I can go.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you go ahead.
I just want to say that I think women who make content like this, I think that they don't want women to forgive their child father. I think they want them to accept their child father and be with their child father no matter how he is. I think that a lot of women are pick-me's. I think it's more pick-me's than we like to admit. I think a lot of women just think having a man, no matter what type of man he is the prize. It made me kind of think back to Kirk and Rashida, because I be watching old episodes of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and she would always tell other women, "You don't even have a man, and look at you have a man that don't like you." And that's what I think the problem with a lot of women. Every pick-me woman I know, she does not have a decent man. Like, it's something wrong. It's something about that man that just make me be like, could never be me. And I think that when you're a pick-me woman, you need to look in yourself, because obviously it's self issues. And for me, I'm not forgiving my child father. That boy is actively trying to ruin my life. He has actively done things to ruin my life. But one thing I will say for me is that the things that I did go through in that relationship, now that I'm in therapy and I'm really trying to work on myself, I do think that it helped me realize that I had self-love issues, that I didn't love myself, and that's why I think I tolerated so much for him. But like I keep telling y'all, instead of women out here telling women that not forgiving your child father is costing you your next relationship, you need to be telling them that your issues within yourself is the reason why you're alone and the reason why you can't get a good man. Because I think a lot of people on TikTok, they want women to just accept whatever, to just say, "Oh my God, I have a man." Because like, I seen her, I think she had did this live, or she was on a live that was saying, "Are women single because their standards are too high?" And I feel like this content like that is very dangerous to women, because I feel like, yes, your standards should be high, especially at a time where men are unaliving women. They unaliving their kids. They don't care about their kids. But like I said, I'm not surprised, because a lot of people on the internet, like I sent you that viral video trigger of that man who said he didn't want nothing to do with his kids, and the fact that people were in the comments justifying him and blaming the mother. And I feel like a lot of women like that are dangerous to other women.
Absolutely. And I did see that video that you sent. I feel like, the video that you sent about everybody, being on the side of the black man that didn't want to have nothing to do with his kids. I feel like that's just another way of how people coddle black men in the black community. Like black men can literally do anything, anything, and everybody just be like, oh yeah, you know what? It's we can understand that, king. Look at that mean evil black woman and what she did to you. And then a black man can do something to a black woman and she reacts a certain way, and then you got a goofy like on the screen talk about, no, forgive him, sister. It's the right thing to do. Forget that man. So I mean, I feel like once again, the reason why another huge part in the black community, and somebody just left this on my my video. I had a live stream the day before yesterday, right? And somebody had said that they was upset about it was something Brown Sugar said, but they was trying to make me pay for it, even though I didn't say it. I was like, whatever. Brown Sugar had said something about T women and G men and like the connection to like the acceptance of some of them, how they've said publicly about like touching kids, and they have empathy for those people and everything. And Brown Sugar was saying like that was wrong or whatever, and it is wrong. So they had commented underneath there like, well, first of all, I had let them slide with another comment that they had made on another live. They had said T-phobia won't save black women, right? And I just put question marks or something, like, because I was just confused at like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but I just let that go. I commented to it like yesterday because that irritated me now, but because I had, when you click on somebody YouTube, you get to see other comments that they made. So anyway, let me get to it. So they said, okay, well, you can't, you shouldn't be judging T women and G men and saying things like this because you're weaponizing it, you're harming them and all of this stuff, and they should be protected essentially. And I had told this woman like, hey, I don't know what I've done, but I have been completely unapologetic at the fact that the only people that I'm going to protect out here with my platform are black women. Biological black women. That's it. That's the only demographic. And with the hyper focus on monoracial black women, that's all I'm doing because black women are, forgotten about. So this person tells me about how like I'm a liar, and they left this the comment is still up. I didn't block them yet. How I can't be trusted. I'm manipulating the minds of black women. All this crazy stuff because I don't believe in protecting men. And I told this person, I responded back and was like, hey, I don't believe in protecting men. Period. I don't care what form of man you come in. You want to talk about a straight man, hetero man, G man, T woman. All I know is that if you have XY chromosomes, I'm not going to defend and protect and uplift you. I'm not going to mammy for you. I'm not going to do it. And I really do feel like that right there, that desire that so many black women have, whether it is in the form of the person that I just mentioned or the form of the woman that's on the screen, that is going to be the downfall of like women, and definitely the downfall of the black community, the coddling, the protection that is only afforded to males. And I just find it to be crazy. Like I said, I be having these lives to try to hopefully like push back against some of it, but it just seemed like it's just so many black women that are on this type of time. I don't know how we're going to get anywhere. And you very rarely see black men doing this. And the black men that you probably want to say like, oh, such and such, those men are grifters. They don't care about black women for real. They're trying to get paid. I'm talking about black men that really genuinely, truly want to protect black women. Those black men are in the very small minority. Or black men that other men would consider simps or punks or whatever the male equivalent of a mammy is. But you don't see black men really doing that, but you see black women doing it everywhere. And I don't know. I just feel like that's a huge part on why the black community as a whole will not flourish. Because I'm not going to act like I don't think that black people as a collective are special. Black men and black women. I really do think that there's something about us, which is why the way we're treated, the why everyone is imitating, the copying, the this, the that. But I don't believe we'll ever be able to reach our true potential because we have so much bubbling and doubling in the background. The mammies, the black men that are coddled, that grow up to eventually hate and despise the very women that have coddled them. I don't know. It's just, But yeah, like she really went off on me, but I don't care though. I mean, people do that to me all the time. Most of the time I just block them, but I did leave that person comment up if y'all want to be nosy and see. I don't mind though. But yeah, it's the live that I posted not yet yesterday. I think the day before yesterday. Yeah, the day before yesterday. Go ahead, Kalandra.
Give me a second. I'm about to go in the house.
Okay. Yeah, y'all. So, I don't know, but
Something
yeah,
real quick.
go ahead, Brown Sugar.
I feel like when it comes to forgiveness, not even forgiving a man, but I feel like when you forgive somebody, do it for you, just so you don't hold any, hard feelings, no anger or whatever. You forgive somebody because you want to. That don't mean you have to announce that you've forgiven that person. That doesn't mean you have to be friends with that person. It could just be like, I forgive you for my heart. I'm just gonna, let it go. That's another option too. Or, sometimes I don't forgive, I don't forget, and I don't care about you. Like, I feel like it can go either way, but I really think that it's really dangerous to tell women the key to get a next man is to forgive your child's father, because a lot of these dudes, if you show any type of, we're cool, they'll try to slide back with you and still see if they can mess with you. So I really think that's counterproductive, because if you have a man that is in the way, you already know he conniving, why would you want him to even impede on your new relationship? Like that's it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I would feel like I would want a clean slate. If you're gonna date somebody and get really serious and let them know he's not, active and all this other stuff, and see what happens when you move forward. But if that man is judging you based on if you have a relationship with your child's father, I think he's childish and he's already disqualified, and you shouldn't even mess with him anyway. But I really think lowering yourself and your self-esteem, like, I really felt like when I used to, I guess, quote unquote, forgive and allow him back in, I felt like I lost a part of myself that I gained back. And I've learned I would never do anything like that. I don't want him to ever think that we're going to be cool in this lifetime, even in the next lifetime. I don't want him to have any leeway that we're cool. I want him to know in the back of his head, he can never talk to Brown Sugar ever again. We are never going to be friends. You're never going to be around your child because you decided to make the actions to violate and disrespect. And he can take whatever he can with that information and move forward with his life. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I had to mute myself for that. Just 1 second, Calandra, I'm gonna let you go. I just wanted to say I totally understand what you're saying, Brown Sugar. And I just want any Brown Sugar, of course, and any other black woman that is listening, right? Nobody's perfect. We all have made mistakes. We all have made errors. We all have, more than likely. I'm not gonna say every black woman, but I think probably 99% of black women have accepted or forgiven something from a man that they shouldn't have until they knew better. When you know better, you do better, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all, my first husband, I remember this like it was yesterday. He had been taking my car and disappearing. Now, keep in mind, I was like, so, what's the word I'm looking for? So, like, not street smart or having any type of knowledge. I didn't even think that he was cheating or doing anything like this because I had never been involved with the man before in my life. So I didn't think that. And then, like, my religion is like, hey, if you wait to have sex when you get married and you're a virgin and you give this man the jewel of your virginity, like, he would never cheat on you. So I wasn't even fathoming that this man, when he was taking my car and disappearing, that, he was cheating on me or anything like that. But I remember he was cheating. He was not. Now, I didn't know he was cheating at this time, but he was taking my car and disappearing for hours, sometimes even days, and leaving me at his aunt's house. And I remember he tried to take my car. He had come back and he hadn't even been back that long and was trying to take my car again. And this is when I was starting to stand up to him, even though I don't feel like, anyway. So I'm telling him, like, no, you can't take it. This man took a whole bunch of chains that got out of this ashtray of his aunt's and threw it at my eye. Like, I could have lost an eye. After he threw it, like, my eye, swelled up like I had a black eye. I had a big gash in my eyebrow, which is still present. The scar is still present to this day. And after that, he did that and took my car, okay? Or did he take my car or did he leave? I think he didn't. I think he left and went over his baby mama's house. I did not know that he had kids either. He lied to me and told me he had no children. I did not find out this until after we were married for a little while that he had children. I had no idea. Thought this man had no kids because I told him I wouldn't be with somebody that had children because I didn't have any. So nonetheless, he did this, left, didn't apologize. I decided that I was going to call myself forgiving this man. End up finding him like, I think it was like 2 days later. He was somewhere, I think he was on the street with some friends or whatever. And I forgave him and he half-heartedly, I can't remember if he apologized or he half-heartedly apologized after I came and found him. I was so deeply ashamed of that for so long. So deeply, deeply, deeply ashamed. Like, how could you forgive this man? How could you forgive somebody that sat there and played in your face like that? Somebody that was already dogging you. You mad that you dogging me and I don't want to be dogged. So you physically throw something at me. You attack me. I'm talking about a whole handful of quarters in my eye. Got my eye lumped up like I've been in a fight and got a permanent scar and gash in my eyebrow. And this is what you do? Like, so just know that anybody's listening to this, like, understand that we've all done things that you may be embarrassed about, you may be humiliated about, you may not be ready to tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? But forgive yourself, okay? Don't worry about forgiving him. Forgive yourself, okay? And just make a vow to yourself that you won't let nobody play with you like that again. Because as long as you got breath in your body, you can always do better. Don't sit there and beat up yourself. Oh, I can't believe I'm so stupid. As long as you move forward and you do better, then that's all that matters. Just move forward and do better. And you'll be there where you need to be at. The only problem where you mess up is that if you're like this lady in your late 40s, early 50s, still acting stupid, that's when you've lost. But if you decide to do better, then you got it. You got it, sister. All right, that's all I wanted to say. So nobody in this live, don't beat yourself up, okay? Because I really, really, really love Brown Sugar. And I just feel sometimes that Brown Sugar, you still blame yourself. I'm not going to speak for you and say that for sure. But sometimes I just feel like you still are judging yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. You are right. You're a great mother. And you're gonna get through all of this. I promise you are. I feel like I'm about to cry. So go ahead, Kalandra. Go ahead, sis.
Brown Sugar, I just want to say that I definitely agree, can relate to how you feel. My child father, we've been through a lot of things together. I did try to take him back because I did want a family for my son. And I feel like every time I took him back, he kept doing like so much stuff to me. Like I remember this one time he called my old job and bashed me for like 30 minutes, put those things in my business. Now that I done put him on child support and I had him served at his mom's house, now he trying to say that he don't believe that our money is his, as if anybody would want a deadbeat who ain't never bought his son a box of pull-ups to be like a child father. And then like his mom wants to fight me because I had the police sent to her house to serve her. But I think that the biggest thing I've learned is that I had to forgive myself for who I was for that person, because I definitely can like relate to you. Like for me, I feel like I felt my son because I didn't give him a real family. I was raised by a single mother and I never wanted that for my son. And then for me, I don't really have help with my son, so really it's just me and my son. But the best thing I can teach you, like the best thing I can say to you, Brown Sugar, is definitely like forgiving yourself for who you was at that time, because you're not. Because like I said, for me, when I met my child father, I had got with him after I lost my mom, and those red flags were loud. Like they were loud. But for me, I was taught that like my mom taught me. My mom was male centered, right? I will say that about my mom. She was male centered, and she taught me that nobody's perfect. You have to be willing to try and accept things from a person. And so when it came to my child father, I didn't really know like red flags in a guy, like really trigger. And that's why I thank you all the time, because you taught me things that my own parents didn't teach me about, like men. Like my mom and dad didn't talk to me about red flags. Like if a guy call you a B word, you probably need to leave him alone. And for me, like with my child father, I will never forgive him. I'm sorry. This boy has done so many things to me. And for the life of me, I don't understand, like, because all I ever tried to do was love him. Like, and he has done like a lot of stuff to me. Like some of the stuff that he has done to me, it's embarrassing. And for me, I definitely can't understand like blaming yourself, because for me, I do blame myself, especially the times when I went back to him and tried to be a family with him, and he was showing me that he didn't like me. And the fact that like how he is with these, like the fact that he out here telling people that he don't see our money because I'm mad that he left me is crazy. And the fact that some people believe him, like I cut friends off recently because they were mad at me, because basically now that I done got him on child support and I served him, basically they're telling me that after the DNA test is done and stuff, if he goes into arrears where they gonna put him in and he don't pay, he going to jail. And my old friends, because they, you know what, I ain't even gonna call them friends, fake people that I used to have in my life, they were like, oh my God, Calandra, why do you want to put a black man in jail? No, he did that to himself. He did that to himself. And I just, for me, I will never forgive him. I think that's something that I just don't see happening for me, because he wanted the kid. Like for me, I really kind of didn't. But at that time, they had got rid of Roe v. Wade, so I really didn't have a choice. But yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem, no problem, Kalandra. I also appreciate you for sharing. And I'm just so glad that you're also moving forward and you're taking your power back and you're doing what you need to do for you and your son for sure. I also think that you're a great mom, and I know that you'll get through this too. And no, there ain't nothing wrong with him going to the lockup. Okay, if he's not doing what he's supposed to do. That's where he's supposed to be at. If he don't want to be there, then he'll do what he gotta do. Go ahead, Brown Sugar. You have something to say, sis?
No, I just want to say I appreciate that. I don't know. I think that I'm still working on forgiving myself, and I think that a part of me still mourns the young woman that I was, because I met him when I was 19. He was 25. And I just remember having my whole world ahead of me. And here goes this demon coming into my life and change the trajectory. But, I can't go back. And I feel like it's made me the woman I am now. I finally got my cybersecurity role. I start in September. And I really feel like if it wasn't for my daughter, if it wasn't for Cass, like I probably
Congrats.
wouldn't be here. Thank you. Thank you. I probably wouldn't be here, but to make the money that I'm going to make, but to learn and actually thrive in a career that I actually want. She's good. She starts kindergarten. I have my own place, my own car, and I'm still in school. I keep going. I keep pushing, but I still hate him. I think that's what it is. I still hate him, but I don't allow him to stop my progress. I keep going, and I think how I cope with is me truly deciding to let him go and move forward with my life. He does pop back up, but I do cuss him out, and I had to tell myself, don't even do that. He don't even deserve to get cussed out. He deserves to get no acknowledgement, and I don't keep up with him, and I deliberately do that. I don't care to keep up with him, and I make sure he don't keep up with me. So I appreciate the kind words. I really do.
No problem, sis. All right, let me go next up here to Miss Kamisha.
I'm sorry. I thought it was somebody before me, but I guess not. Okay. So I wanted to say to Kalandra, like, yeah, those are not your friends. And this stigma that they're putting on black women, that we're wrong for putting men on child support, is crazy to me. Because if you don't put them on child support, then you're supporting the child alone. So you have no other choice but to put the child support on the man. And yes, if that means that he's got to get locked up, then oh well. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have the funds, if you don't take care of your child, they're going to take your child from you. So it's like, I don't know what this thing of that we have to continuously protect these men who don't want to take care of their responsibilities is crazy to me. And I just can't believe you got that many people who call themselves your friends that are not in support of you getting the help that you need. That is so crazy to me. I am also a single mother. I'm a single mother twice. And I beat myself up like probably my oldest two are 21 and 24. I beat myself up for about, I'm gonna say, pretty much 18 years of their life, you know. But at the end of the day, you got to keep pushing and you got to keep striving for success. You have to keep doing it. And at the end of the day, people are going to have something negative to say about whatever you're doing, about you being a single mother. But at the end of the day, there are children walking around here who has both of their parents in the household, and those children still have needs. Those children are still, you know, wreaking havoc amongst the community and everything. So as a single mother, I want to encourage, you know, and of course, even I'm a single mother three times, because when I'm divorced, so I have to raise my other child, you know. Well, her dad is there, you know, but not there like I want him to be, and not doing what I need him to do, like helping financially, like I need him to do. But at the end of the day, right, I still have to do what I have to do for my children. And like I said, like, don't allow people to make you feel bad for a decision that you made. And a lot of times we are, you know, tricked. You know, a lot of times, you know, these men are hiding who they are. And like I said, you can end up being a single mother even if you've been married before, you know. So at the end of the day, don't beat yourself up. Nobody beat themselves up. Just keep striving for more and more and more, and you can do it. You know, you can do it. You can you can do anything. So that's all I want to say. But as far as needing a man to help you raise your child, if that man chooses not to, you do your part. As long as you do your part. And I always call myself a super mother, because at the end of the day, I don't want to say that I'm a father. I'll never say that. But I call myself a super mother. And that's because I'm going to make sure that my child is doing what they're supposed to do in school. I'm going to provide. I'm going to protect. I'm going to do everything. You can, as a mother, do those same things for your children. You don't have to, or you don't need a man to help you raise those children. You do need them financially. Make sure of that. But other than that, if they choose not to be in a child's life, you keep striving. And I'm so proud of Brown Sugar for doing what it is that you're doing, and reaching those goals that you've reached. And, you know, all of us single mothers, I'm proud of us all, because a lot of us are really doing our thing, and we really are doing good out here. Like, there are some single mothers that's not doing what they're supposed to do. But at the end of the day, I see single mothers every day. I live in an apartment building, and in my apartment building, it's majority women. It's majority women who are taking care of their responsibilities, and the men are coming into their homes, living with them. So keep doing what y'all doing, though.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you. Kamisha, definitely agree with everything that you were saying for sure. Um, I'm gonna go down here to Brown Sugar and then Gabrielle.
Thank you so much, Kamisha, for the kind words. And, you know, definitely, Kalandra, forget those people. Do what you got to do for your child. Because at the end of the day, nobody is going to be there for you when it comes to dealing with your son, going to doctor's appointments, going to school, taking care of him if he's sick. Nobody's going to be there for that. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, people like to judge, but at the end of the day, nobody's going to help you. If you're struggling with a bill or whatever the case may be, no one is going to give you money to help you out. If your child needs new shoes, new clothes for back to school, nobody's going to help you out. And, you know, it's sad that a lot of people will try to protect men like you're the problem. No, he's the problem. He decided to have a child and abandon the child, and therefore he has to pay the price. Children cost a lot of money, and I don't know why people think that when you have a child, all of a sudden they don't cost anything. Children are extremely expensive. So I just want to say, keep doing, keep your head up, ignore people, and keep taking care of your beautiful son like you've been doing. Thank you.
All right. I got you, brown sugar. All right, let me go next up here to Gabrielle. If you had something to say, Gabrielle.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to quickly say I definitely agree with everyone who was saying that the people trying to discourage Kalandra are not her friends. I think those people are toxic. I think they're wrong. I mean, that man at the end of the day does have the obligation to care for his child. And so it's like, I'm not a mother, so I feel like I can't say a whole lot here, but I can just say that I don't think Kalandra did anything wrong. I do think the man has an obligation to, like I said, care for his child. And if he doesn't want to go to prison, then he can pay child support. Like, I just think it's that simple. And I think, Kalandra, I do think you deserve better friends who will support you and not, be male centered. Because even there's just the attitude of, oh, why would you want to put him on child support? He could go to jail. It's like, that is very male centered. Like, it's not taking you into account. It's not taking your child into account. It's just focusing on that man and, his really like laziness and unwillingness to care for his child without having to be, mandated by the courts to do it. So I really hope you'll get like better friends who will like support you and, not try to discourage you from doing the right thing.
All right, I got you, Gabrielle. And I also think that, when people talk about like giving grace to men and stuff like that, I feel like they only do that to men. Because if a woman was gone or she wasn't taking care of her child and she was just gone and she would just come whenever she felt like it to see the child, or she would be like, hey, you know what? You gonna give me some dick? No? All right, then I'm out. I don't want to see that baby. Bye. Oh, I'm with the next chick or whatever. People would be going crazy. Oh, that woman, she's a monster. She needs to be put in jail. She needs to suffer. She's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Even when they see like, when these kids be like, walking on the street or something, like they done got out of the house or something where they been abandoned, like the little five, they be like, where's that baby mama at? Where's the mother? They never ask where the father is. They never say, oh, where that dad at? That dad should be knowing where his kid at. They only put it on the women. So I really feel like all of it is male-centered and all of it is disgusting. And then you have all of these men telling all of these women that decided they don't want to have kids, oh, you're going against your what you're made to be. You don't want to have no kids. You should be having kids. Oh, I want a kid. I'm a man. I'm supposed to put forth my legacy. But then it's like, y'all don't even plan on doing anything with your quote unquote legacy. All you want to do is leave it for the woman to do the majority of the hard labor. And make no mistake about it, for any woman who is thinking about having a child, at the end of the day, because you're the mom, more of the responsibility is going to go on you. Period. I don't even care if you have a good person in your life or whatever, a good father. I still feel like it goes more on the mother. Because a lot of times kids be wanting a mom. They be wanting the comfort of the mom. It's just more likely going to go on you. And if you don't want that type of imbalanced dynamic, don't have no kids. And then when men are talking about if you're with a man and he's talking about, oh, it's the mom's responsibility to do this, that, don't have no kid by that man. Because he finna put all of that on you. And that could be a lot. So just be careful and be easy. I don't think there's anything wrong with women that decided they don't want to have children at all. And I actually feel like Mary J. Blige, honestly, has set the Black community back and childless Black women back by decades. I don't know if y'all saw that thing of Mary J. Blige saying that she regretted that she didn't have kids now that she in her 50s. I can't tell you how many Black men I done seen share that video. That's what all of you are gonna feel like. You just wait. You women that don't want children, you're gonna regret it. You're wasting your wombs away. Yeah, I knew that these women really want to have kids and be somebody's wife. And I'm just like, Mary J. Blige, why the fuck would you say that? Because now that's gonna be the talk of the topic. Stupid, yes, and just like Shelly C said, that's just her. That's you, Mary J. Blige. There's a lot of women that don't have kids that are fine with that, but I still think she set the Black community back, or not Black community, Black women back with saying that stupid stuff. But nonetheless, let me keep going. Kalandra, you have something to say, and then I'm gonna go up there next to the commission. Then I'm gonna wrap this up, y'all, because I'm hungry. I gotta make me something. Go ahead, Kalandra.
To add one final point. like I sent you that video of that man who said that he didn't want nothing to do with his 3 children because of however the mother made him feel. It was this girl. She kind of went viral because she ended up having a deletion, and she had said it was coming April 2027, but the father didn't want to do right, and so now the baby's gone. And people got in her comments and basically kind of dragged her and was saying that that's wrong. Why would you do that? Why would you just do that just because the child father don't want to be in the life? And the way that they tore that woman up, I think that that is a prime example on like how men are giving grace, but women are not. Because the same people, if that woman would have had that baby, those same people would have told her, that's your fault. You don't pick better. You should have picked better. You should have been married. And the fact how some of these women got in the comments of that man, them 3 kids, and could somehow find all the sympathy in the world. You can't find no sympathy that those 3 children not gonna have a father, but you can find sympathy for a grown man who he decided to lay down and have kids with. Not like I said, you can't find no sympathy for them 3 children not having a father. But that is a prime example how men are giving grace that women are not. And then for me, I think the part that bothers me the most is that when you see, like for me, a lot of my friends who I cut off, they were my guy friends, and some of my friends who were girls. But the grace that men are giving, women are never giving that, because the way they told that woman up in her comments saying that that's wrong to go out there and do that. You see how black women is. They don't want to be mothers. They just want to be named 304s. But that man abandoned 3 children, and y'all can find all the sympathy in the world for him. Sad.
I definitely agree with you for sure. All right, let me keep going. Let me go next up here to Kamisha and then Jocelyn, and then I'll wrap it up. Go ahead, Miss Kamisha.
The male friends. Now it all comes together. But but anyways, but yeah, I wanted to. Brown Sugar had said something about the men or people thinking that it don't cost a lot of money to take care of kids, and it's crazy because if you really think about it, when single mothers raise their kids, which is why we got so many NBA players who are successful. We got so many rappers who are successful because they were raised by single mothers. If it were, and this is my opinion, and but if I believe that if it were left up to men to raise their children the way that they wanted to, I don't believe that they would put their kids in extracurricular activities. I don't think that they would take them to places like Chuck E. Cheese. I don't think that they would do any of those things that I feel like kids need as far as entertainment. And that's the whole reason why the men and people like that complain about what women do, because they feel like we do more than what we have to do. And it's like, that's the only way your child is going to have a successful childhood, is if you pour into them, pour love into them, do things with them, and they believe that those things are not necessities, and it is a necessity. Or you're going to have people pew-pewing up the schools, and you're going to have people doing certain things because all they have is TV, television, entertainment. But they do need things to, grow their imagination. They need things for socialization skills. They need a whole lot of different things. And I feel like that's why a lot of people don't feel like children cost a lot, because they don't take in consideration that children need certain things. But that's all I wanted to say.
All right, I got you. And I definitely think that's a great point that you made as well, Kamisha. I really do. I think that definitely is true, because I do believe that women, mothers, just do go above and beyond. I'm sorry. I mean, I was raised with both my parents, my mom and my dad, and I don't talk to either of them. I'm no contact with both of them, but I will say that if I had to choose who did the most, my mother definitely did. You know what I'm saying? So I yeah, it is what it is. So, but yeah, you guys, I just wanted to have this live stream today because I just felt like when I see crazy things like this from black women that are mammies, I just always want to push back against it because you never know who's listening to you. You never know who sees your stream. You never know who is internalizing what you say. And I just don't want any young black women being taken advantage of like this. I don't, or listening to this goofy stuff about allowing yourself to be a pick me or a mammy, because at the end of the day, nothing comes out of being a mammy. It really doesn't. And I'm going to say this one more time. Look at the results of the person that's talking. Okay, she's telling you to be a mammy, but she has nothing to show for it. Both of her baby daddies are married and it's not to her, and she's single, and she's on here looking stressed out of her brain, talking about how you should mammy and be like her. Don't. If you wouldn't want her life, then don't copy nothing that she's doing. Like, and that's just the truth. It's just the truth. No disrespect, but it's just the truth. Who was that? Go ahead, whoever that was.
No, I was just laughing.
Oh, yeah, because I'm just saying, like, come on now. Like, I mean, yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say, black women, love yourselves. Forgive yourselves. We are humans. We all make mistakes. We all make errors. There's not a single solitary person walking on this planet or that has ever walked on this planet that has not made a mistake or error or, a lapse of judgment in some way. Okay? We've all done it. We'll never stop. The only thing you can do is do better and move forward. You see the mistake that you made, just say, hey, I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to do better. I'm going to be better. And as long as you got breath in your body, you always have an opportunity to do better. I just want to say I love y'all. And just make sure that you speak life into yourself. I say this all the time, but if you're having low self-esteem or you're feeling bad about yourself, even if you're feeling bad, tell yourself positive things, because if you keep doing it, you can get your brain to believe it. You can rewire your brain to believe the positive things that you are telling it. So make sure that you only tell yourself positive things. They even say that, like, when it comes to, like, I just saw this study yesterday that I was reading about attention. So, like, they did a study on people that were having, like, pain, whether it's from whatever illness or something that's going on. The less attention that you pay, they said you focus on, like, the sensation that you're feeling, your pain is intensified. But people that would not pay that much attention to their pain was lessened, and also they had better outcomes with healing. So your mind really is a powerful, powerful tool and a powerful weapon in your arsenal of creating the life that you want. So if you think it, just like Brown Sugar said, if you dream it, you can achieve it. For real, that is a real thing. So make sure that you only focus on that. Oh my goodness, Brown Sugar said maybe you need to ignore your period cramps. Girl, I don't know about that one, because I be trying. It don't be working until I hit them cramps with that ibuprofen. I got that, but no, you know what? I take that back. Because sometimes I'll be having cramps and it'll be like so bad and I'll be getting depressed, and I'll do like a live stream and I start yapping with y'all, and I don't even really feel the cramps that bad until I end the live. So that might have something to do. That might actually be true. You know what I'm saying? But I still go hit it with the ibuprofen though. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Have a great rest of y'all day.
I
You
got
have
a
something to say,
question to ask
Calandra?
you. Yeah, I got a question to ask you. What's her name? Because I got a question to ask her.
This lady here, shoot,
Did
heck
her
if I know.
Because
I think it says at the top, Dimitri. I think it says in the
ask her a question about herself, because did forgiving your first child father cause your second child father to marry you?
girl, don't do that, because she said in the comments that when people ask her questions she don't want to answer, she blocking them.
Okay, that's fine. I'm finna go ask her how to get blocked. That's cool. Have a good day, Sugar.
All right, bye, sis. All right, see y'all. Love y'all.